Okay, so we're live with Paint and Game Corner. We're going to be playing through a scenario for Stars of Akarios. I've chosen scenario 5 because we are still really at the start of the story. So not too... It will contain spoilers, of course, as it is a story narrative game, but not too far into it, hopefully. I'm going to play through the whole scenario, explaining how the game's played, and obviously using our painted ships, of course. Available in the chat if anyone's got any questions or anything as we go through this. Hopefully it'll all work out. I'm just looking at the... Yeah, we should be fine. Just looking at the stream. So, Stars of Akarios is what we're going to be talking about. It's the story mode. We're in the prologue at the moment, so not even in Act 1. And these enemy ships have appeared with a massive titan, and we're trying to allow the Sparrow, which is our main ship, to escape. So let me put myself right down in the corner so I can talk about what we've got. So just to show you, whoops, actually before I minimize that, let me grab the camera just to show hopefully some of what we've got going on here. So these are the players I've got Garden with the Argonaut, high hull, 8 hull, 1 shield, low shield, and because I've chosen a particular choice, you get different starting things. Okay, so that's really cool. The scenario 4 was basically a choice, which gave me 2 stress to start with, which is not great, but you know what it is. I've managed to upgrade to... I've got my Proton Blast from the original, and now I've got an EMP Blast as well, which will stun the enemies, which will stop them from attacking. I've got a Targeted Ion, which has slow, so that will stop them. I don't know why it's not focusing on. Focus on what I want. Yeah, which will give them slow. We've got Hull Explosion. Now this is pretty cool. Come on. It's not behaving. That's a shame. So the Hull Explosion is 5 damage to infinite targets at 1 range. So if I'm surrounded and clumped, the Argonaut, for sure I'm going to be doing this. I only lose 1 hull. So it's not a massive detriment. I have to use a stress dice to do it, so I'm going to gain stress as well. And then if I don't do damage with my attacks, it's -1 to my stress. I've got the bank as well as my maneuver. Now over to Violet Ray, my Invictus character. 4 and 4 in hulls and shield, 2 stress as well. And I've gone for Propelled Shot. This is really cool. It's quite an expensive one, but effectively it's 2 damage to 1 target 3 away. And you only have to use supply, no dice, to be able to do it. Really good. Target lock, standard, and proximity lock on, which gives us 3 cards when the advantage is over 2, and also +1 damage with the advantage. So I'm really going to be looking with my flank maneuver to get behind ships with Violet Ray to give her the advantage, so that she can destroy ships completely. Okay. So, I'm going to move on to the board now to explain what's kind of going on there. So, if we have a look at the board... Ooh, that's not... What's going on with the quality? Ooh, hello. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Hang on 1 second. That video feed is gone completely. Bear with a second. Apologies about this. It should be 1080p. That's really gone terrible. I'm not sure what's going on there. Hopefully that's really not good at all. It was brilliant before, and now it's... Okay, give me 2 seconds. any better. Right, really sorry about that. That seems to be better. Still not perfect and not ideal, but it's better for sure. So, what we've got here is we've got the enemies out. So these are synthetic fighters, okay? That's what they're called. They are pretty cool little fighters painted up. We've got their player boards, and you'll notice we've got one yellow, which is an elite, and 3 synthetics. So with the elites here, you'll notice with the yellow number 1. Then we've got 2, 3, and 4. Now there's 1 and 2. These are spawns. Basically, our objective is to get the sparrow to the edge of the board. It's going to move 2 spaces each round. And to mark our rounds, we've got here, we're on round 1. And also, just out of view is its hull. It's just there at 10. Okay, so Sparrow has 10. It can be targeted. And we are going to set up somewhere in a V here. So I'm looking at long shot. However, I really want to get advantage with Violet Ray. So I think we do that straight away. So I'm going to place Violet Ray here. This means she's got a long shot straight away at the at number 2, which will be awesome. I think we will put our Argonaut. I'm going to put our Argonaut here actually, because then I think with a simple move I can then target number 2 as well, which will be quite handy. Nothing else is happening, and there's no other special rules, so it's pretty simple. I've got all my modifier decks ready. I've got my AI combat cards, which I'll obviously talk through as we come to them, and then we'll move on from there. I'm just going to check something in a minute. I hope we got sound. I think we got sound. If anyone's in the chat, I'd like to say if we've got sound or not. The video, it is streaming though, which is good. Okay, right. So let's get started. So the first, so here we got Space Combat card, which tells us the phase of the game. This is a cheat card. So we got the pilot action, enemy action, end of round. Okay, so we're going to be running through these 3 phases as we go through, and the first thing to do is you increase shield by 1 and then roll action dice. Obviously we're at max shields at the start of the scenario. That is a lovely roll for Violet Ray, and oh man, what a start. Just to tell you, you can't see the dice, let me put them a little bit more forward and then you can kind of see what dice I've got, and then I'll explain the actions I'm going to be using for them. This is the wild dice, which is the best dice on the that you can roll. So we've got loads of options to do, and what's beautiful about this game, what I love about this game, is that you can chop and change your actions as you go. So you don't always have to do your, like, I don't have to do Violet Ray all first and then go on to Garden. I can kind of mix the match to maximize my efforts. So now, I'm eyeing up target lock. Unfortunately, it's 4 away, but that would gain me the advantage. Now, this chap over here, he's immune to target lock and radar jam, which are 2 of the effects which can happen. Okay, and fortunately, you can't just move forward 1 unless you want to take stress. So I could. So one of your standard actions is to move forward 3 spaces. Now in this game, you have to follow through the movement completely. If you stop short, you have to take a stress. So I can move forward 1, take stress, target lock, then have the advantage, and then do the pounding thing, which is drawing 3 cards. It's pretty much, you know, with piercing, which means I ignore shields. I mean, that would be pretty much taking out a ship straight away for 1 stress. But the problem is I'm already on 2 stress. which is the big problem in this particular scenario for me. Might be different for you, but yeah, I don't know. These are all the decisions, because if I do take that stress, it means I go to 3 and I have to grab a miss card and shuffle it into my deck. I'm not going to do it. We're just going to go straight away with my 2 attack card dice. So if I show you long shot for the first time, it's targeting from you. It's targeting missing the first hex in front of you and then the next 3. So it's basically targeting these 3 hexes, which obviously that character's on. It's going to do 3 damage to one target and it's pierce. Okay, so first thing is I drop down my supply from 3 down to 2. I've allocated the dice to it. Now I do not have advantage, so I'm going to draw 1 card from my modifier deck, which is a -1. So 3 going down to 2. Now, it's fine. It's fine. So next, I kind of got him in my sights. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 1 dice to do a maneuver, which is dink and then dink. That's a standard maneuver. Then I'm going to my final dice to rotate to here. So that is actually Violet Ray, and I just chose to do Violet Ray all the way through. Now she's going to spend one cube, 1 supply, to do target lock. So now with one of these red cubes on number 2, we place target lock, and that lasts to the end of that ship's activation. That means all attacks targeting that ship gain advantage. So she's done. Next we move on to garden with this ship. So what he's going to do is spend 1 of these dice for movement to do a standard move forward and then to the side. This now puts this ship into my arc to attack from. So again, 2 dice for that. And this is a basic action attack. It's going to do 2 damage, standard. But remember, I have the advantage. So first one is a +1. The second modifier card is a 0. So I'm going to choose the +1. So that was 2 damage going up to 3. Now this does not have pierce. So 2 shields go down and 1 hull. I did damage though, right? Yeah, I did 2 damage before. So actually, completely forgot to take it down the damage from the first attack. So 2 damage takes it down to 4. Another 3 damage, well, which is 1 damage, takes down to 3. I have 1 left. So I could have done Proton Blast and then the other one, but I'm going to keep Proton Blast. I'm going to use this dice, my remaining dice, to rotate. And we're just going to do this, setting up for next time. In fact, what was I like this? I might do this. No, I'm just going to go straight forward. Right, so we've now done my player's action. I've exhausted all my 4 dice for each of my characters. And if we have a little look, it says at the end of the round, a sparrow will move. So we're going to go on to the enemy's turn now. So it's the enemy action phase. First thing we're going to do is draw one of these cards. So the anatomy of the card is we follow this command line here, following the move and the attack actions. Okay, and I'll explain the other bits in a second. So we're going to start with the elite. Always start with the elite. So elite is going to rotate to attack, can't attack, and it's facing the right direction anyway. So it's a no. So we go to move. It's going to move forward 3. 1, 2, 3. Then it's going to rotate, and it misses. Fortunately, it misses the Invictus. So it will not gain the shields. It couldn't anyway because it's got maximum shields anyway. But that would have been quite brutal. It's +1 on an already 3 base attack. That was number 1. Number 2, definitely going to be able to attack. But not straight away. Can't rotate to attack. The Argonaut has the highest hull. Well, actually, the Sparrow has the highest hull, but the Argonaut's the closest, so it's going to be attacking those. So it's going to go forward 3. 1, 2. Hang on. Yep. 1, 2, 3. And then rotate. And again, misses because this is such a narrow attack line. And you got to remember these AI are pretty stupid. So you do the golden rule. I still believe in the golden rule, but in terms of how we do it. So this one is not going to do. So 1, 2, 3, rotate, and stop. 1, 2, 3. Right. 4 has me in sight. So it does attack, and it's on +1. It's on my front arc, so no advantage. We can also take the target lock off of number 2. So 4 has a base attack value of 3, +1, and then -1. So it's 3, going up to 4, going down to 3. So 3 damage on to the Argonaut. So first of all, I've got 1 shield, so that takes that 1 down. Then it's 2 more damage onto my hull, taking me down to 6. It also has this effect here. That little battery symbol means it charges its shield by 1. It's got maximum shield, so it can't go over that. That's the end of the AI. And now, because we're end around effects, we now move the Sparrow forward 2 spaces. So it is now in real danger. But we've got a good lineup, to be honest, to do some real damage, which is cool. Should have to maneuver somehow. Right, okay. So we come back to the next round. So I'm going to keep track of the rounds. So we're now on round 2. And we move to the first phase, which is increase your shield by 1. So our Argonaut can gain a shield, which is cool. And then we roll our dice. A real nice rolling again. Very lucky. There's a stress. Still some good dice with it, though. Lots and lots of options with these dice. Right. So now's our option. So this guy here, Violet Ray, can target this one, except for we don't have advantage. This guy, I think Garden's going to spin and target both of these. But we could kind of want to get the advantage first if we can. So I could use the stress die to have a rotate afterwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and rotate. I'm not quite behind. I could just use a standard move to move forward 3, which will land me here. Then I could do the 1, 2, 3, 4 and turn back, and then just do a normal attack with advantage over both. It's only 1 target though. These are the loads of it's so tactically rich, this game. It's fantastic trying to figure, and this is why I wanted to play two ships, because you've got this. What order do I do it? How do I play off the two ships and the 2 characters to make the best possible choice? So I love that about this game. I'm just going to turn that. We're a little bit bright on the old light there. Okay. Oh man, this is a real hard choice. So the reason why I'm in an R-ing is because Proton Blast can target 2 ships. So I'm thinking we need to get target lock using this chap here. So what's the easiest and best way I can do that is what I've got to feel. I don't have a stress die, so I do have a stress die. So I could go forward 3. I could do a barrel roll with stress die to rotate. So I can move, stress. It will give me a miss, but it will also give me a chance to shoot. And 4 has full shields. This could work. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to use this dice here, this die, to effectively do a standard action move forward 3. You can move through ships, you just can't end up on them. So I'm here, okay? Looks pretty bad. However, I have something called... Oh no! Look, I was looking at the wrong character. Hang on a second. I think I still can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's understanding the patterns. So I'm looking at this basically. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be here. No possible range. Okay, I think I'm going to have to take that one back because that doesn't work at all. I'll figure out how I can... Unless I just shoot him straight out. I want to get target lock on him. Or I take a stress. Sod it. I'm going to take a stress. So I'm going to use a movement die to move forward 3, but instead of moving forward 3, I'm going to move 1 and stop. That means because I stop short, I go up 1 on the stress track. Because I've gone 1 up on the stress track, I've hit a trigger point, or a milestone I suppose you can call it, where I have to put and shuffle in my deck with this miscard now. Now you'll reshuffle your modifier deck a lot in this game because whenever certain cards come out, you reshuffle your deck. Whenever and immediately, not at the end of the round. So that's the difference. Right, so that's now in there. I've got 2 misses now, but that's fine because that's not why I wanted it. I'm going to spend 1 supply on my target lock, and now I can target number 4 for target lock, which means we'll gain the advantage. Finally, I'm going to use 2 dice onto my long shot. Take that down to 1. I've only got 1 supply left now. My word. Right, this is good though, because I've got the advantage. Okay, this is what's key. I've got the advantage. So 2 things are going to trigger: my lock on and my proximity exploit if I hit. So 3 standard damage onto here with Pierce, ignoring shields. Okay, it's got full 6 health, this one. So we have the advantage, and because of my lock on ability, I'm going to draw 3 cards. So it's either +1, ×2, or a miss. So we'll go with ×2. So it's 3. I'm going to spend 1 supply on proximity exploit to increase the damage by +1 when advantaged, which is what I've got. So we go from 3 to 4 times by 2 is 8. So we just one-shot that synthetic fighter number 4. That was awesome. That was cool. That's exactly what I wanted. I mean, it's pretty brutal. I might actually start hitting this elite with my Argonaut, actually. I'm not going to use the stress die. And you'll notice this miss is not the stress miss. Now, this symbol here on both of these means that we have to reshuffle my modifier deck. So we'll do that now. That was fun. That was cool. That's what the Invictus is all about. It's about maneuvering, getting into position, and then just getting the advantage, and then destroying ships. Cool, so we're going to just leave this to the side and not use it. So over to the Argonaut. I have choices. Now, Synthetic Fighter 2 has 3 hull left. I think we've got to just try and destroy that. I only have 2 dice. However, I can Proton Blast with a move die, which is pretty awesome. The very first thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to slow this thing. So my targeted ion attack, if you like, here, I can slow 1 target 3 away. So I'm going to spend 1 of my 2 supply to do that. And we are going to slow, which means it cannot move. It can rotate, it can attack, but it can't move. Because I'm going to move my character out of the way. in a second. Right. So now the choices. And I'm not going to do the Proton Blast. I feel that's a bit of a waste. I feel like I'm just going to spend one die on my EMP Blast. Yeah, 100%. So I'm going to spend one of my attack die on EMP. This is 1 damage, 1 target, 3 away. This guy here. So we use a supply. So go from 3 to 2 and we do an EMP. It's got no advantage or disadvantage. So I'm only going to draw 1 card. It's a -1. So it does no damage. But that's fine. Because what it does do is it stuns number 2. And I've put slow on the wrong one. So we now stun it, which means this Synthetic Fighter I can ignore because it cannot attack on its next turn. It can move and everything else, but it cannot attack. Right, we still have Proton Blast, but I'm going to save that. Where am I? Yeah, because I can't radar jam it. Because it's immune to it, which means I can't give it a disadvantage anyway. So I think we'll just go for just a normal... We'll just go for 1 attack. Just start to ping down its shields a little bit, I feel. That's the play. Or... No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to start moving up. So we're going to do a standard action move to here. We are going to move forward 3. And then we're going to use this dice to rotate. So we're ready. Now we are at the end of round 2, and I believe this is when spawn at the end of round 2. And we need 2 regular synthetic fighters. So we're going to have to... I've got them all ready. Unfortunately not painted, so please mind that. But we're going to be introducing another enemy ship in a second. I think I'm happy with that. The Argonauts getting up front and ready to do the business. Right, that's my turn done. Enemy action phase. Let's see what they are all doing. So, starting with the elite. Remember, the elite cannot move. I've slowed it. So, it would rotate attack. So, it's attacking these 5 in front and these 5 behind. There's no way... It's got to rotate. I just check. Nope, there's no way it can do it. It's still going to rotate. Hang on, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, it's going to target the sparrow, so it's going to stay in that direction. It can't hit. It can't move, so it just stays there. That's the beauty of slow. That disappears now. Number 2, cannot attack, but it can still move. It's targeting that anyway. It's going to stay where it is, and it just basically doesn't do anything. 3 will do stuff. That's the closest, so it's going to target this ship. It will not be able to hit straight away, so it's going to rotate. Then it's going to do its move. 1, 2, 3. Then it's going to rotate again. And now it's going to hit me. So I just did move, rotate, and attack. So I am in its corner sector. If we have a little look here, you see I'm into this sector here. This says 0 plus 0. So 3 base. Not quite in my rear arc, fortunately. With that rotation, that's why I rotated. So let's see what it did. It's a -1. So it goes from 3 down to 2 damage. Onto the Argonaut. Of course, I've got that shield, so it's actually going to take me down to 5 hull, which is fine. And there's all the ships on the board. That's the AI phase done. And now we're end of round, so this is going to move forward 2. Getting towards halfway. Now. Now's choices. So we need to spawn. So what we can do, we can just increase this back up to full. That one is no longer stunned. And we can just put this in. So that goes there. And then we need to do another one. Sorry it's not painted. And these are regular. Yep. And 5 is going to go here, facing the nearest target. We're going to need another player board. Oh dear. Which we can put here. And I've got these as well, so it's going to be a 6 and a 2. I thought I brought out the cards. Yes, I did. There we go. Okay, so we are all good. So now it's a little bit harder. Got one extra one. Remembering this one's pretty damaged low, so I'm relying on old Violet Ray to take that one out. And then maybe this one to just make that one not move. Because 5 health is not... 10 health on the Sparrow is not huge. And we have to make sure it's escorted out. This is going to be tough. Real tough. I think I've done that right. I'm pretty sure it's not... I think it's 2 for each one. Sorry about this. I'm just questioning if it's 2 per each spawn, or if it's 1 at a time. Apologies. I just want to double check. 21. Okay. Oh, right. Is the total number of ships that will spawn. Does say how many enemy ships spawn. The enemies listed next to the pilot number is the total number of ships that will spawn. Do not spawn the enemies listed at each scenario marker. Now, it does say spawn at the end of rounds 2 and 5. No, it says 2 and 5. We're going to go with this. We'll make it a little bit harder. Possibly, or we're doing it right. Not 100% sure if both spawn now, or if one spawns at 2, the other one spawns at 5. It does say the total number of spawned ships. So, rather than each round. So, I think only one would spawn, actually. That would be brutal, because another 2... Oh, yeah, that would be ridiculous. I'm going to go... I could be wrong here. But I'm going to go for one spawning here, and then the next one's going to spawn there afterwards. We'll play it like that. May or not... that's ambiguity. I need to check the FAQ for that one. Right, okay. Anyway, start of the next round. Gain a shield. So certainly my Argonaut will. Roll the dice. Another stress. Lovely roll. Right. Okay. Target lock's pretty poor. I think we take down 2. I completely forgot my propel shot, by the way. Oh, right, 2 damn... Oh, what am I doing? Right, okay. That was really dumb. So, I just remember I've got propel shot. So let's just have a go at that. So I'm going to spend 1 supply. I don't have to spend a dice, or a die, to do propel shot. 3 away. 1 target. 2 damage. So 2 damage goes through. It's got 1 left. I was hoping for 1 more. Never mind. Okay. Because I've only got 1 supply left of target lock. So I didn't really want to use it. I think we just go for a standard attack. And then I'll do a long shot onto the elite. Yeah. So, with this dice, I'm going to do just a standard attack. I'm really praying not to get a negative. I mean, I have a choice here. This is a hard choice, man. No, I'm going full lever. This could be a bad choice, by the way. I'm going to do a standard move. I'm going to flick in both of those dice into my final long shot, which is 3 damage. I'm going to target lock, which I can't do that anymore, onto the elite. Oh, I can't target lock elite. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Can't target lock the elite. Ooh. I could do something a bit crazy here. I'm going to go crazy. So, I'm going to use a stress die. I'm going to use the stress die to do my flank move. I'm going to go to 4 stress to do this, by the way. But this is going to be cool. Watch this. So my stress dice has been used on this. Move forward 3, 1, 2, 3. Then across, then round, and then down. Because I use the stress die, I get a free rotate. We have now got him in long shot from behind. It's what my character... I do have to increase my stress to 4. Which is not great, but it is what it is. However, I now have advantage, which really makes everything beautiful. So 2 dice into long shot. We're going for health lever. And then, depending on how we are... Remember, this has got piercing. I can ignore the 4 shields that the elite has got. I could potentially one-shot this character. This is what we're really hoping for. Okay, so we're hitting him for 3. Plus, and I'm going to use another supply from my proximity exploit to get an extra damage. So we're going for 4 damage onto this guy with Pierce. 3 modifier cards because I have the advantage. And we get a +1. So that's 4, 5 damage. Oh, 1 shot. 5 damage onto the elite. It's got 1 left. But all those shields, that's the unfortunate thing. That was fun. Right, I feel we just go in with my... we'll just get rid of this elite. Somehow. I think... Okay. I think what we got to do... Did I do a propel shot? I did, didn't I? Perhaps I shouldn't have done the propel shot. I've just done a propel shot onto him. Oh well. Now, the question is an easy way... 1, 2, 3. I just wonder if there's any way we can get 2 of them. I don't think so. No, they're not close enough, unfortunately. I have to do 5 damage to that elite synthetic fighter. I'm going to leave that the synthetic fighter. I actually think I'm going to take down this number 2, which will just save the Sparrow. It's a little bit of a waste, but I think that's my best move. Let's try this. I'm going to spend 1 dice. Yeah. Spend 1 dice to do a standard move. Okay. Yep. Back arc with advantage. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to EMP Blast. Oh, yeah. I use 2 dice to EMP Blast this guy and this guy, which will stun both of them. It's not immune to stun, which means it will not attack. So that makes the most sense. I'm also going to spend my last supply to target this one to slow it, so it's not going to be able to move, which basically puts it out of the picture. So 3 is now slowed. So let's do this. So EMP blast. It's target 3 away, so I've got in range of both. I'm on the back arc of this one and the front arc of that one. It's 1 damage. So let's do this one first. I've got advantage over this one, so that's fine. Oh, this one goes to the +1. So we destroy number 2, and all we care about is just doing the stun effect, to be honest. So let's see what we do. So -1, so it's no damage to the shields, but we have stunned the elite, so it will not be able to attack on its turn, leaving my 1 die to rotate 1, 2 to get basically to count as something to attack. I'm happy with that. And that is everything. I can't believe he's got 1 left. That's funny. Right, okay, let's see what the ships are going to do for the enemy. So the elite can move. So it's now targeting the Sparrow. So all it will do is move forward 2 and rotate. Like so. Let's go with number 3. Remember, it cannot move. So it's just going to rotate. It cannot attack me, fortunately, because I only attack 2 ahead. So number 4, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So this is the closest, so it's going to attack the Invictus. Oh, you're kidding. It's got hack. I'm going to get another stress card. So it's going to rotate 1. And then it can't attack, so then it's going to move forward 2. And it's going to rotate again. And it's going to attack me. So it's attacking at +1. We're hoping for a miss. A miss would be really good. It's a +1. So that's 4 damage. So shield's gone. But most importantly, most annoyingly, the hack is gone. So I go up to 5 stress. Which takes me to the next trigger, not trigger point, but the next miss applier. So we're going to put in, we've got 4 miss cards in here, I think. It's alright, I'm going to be using my hull repair with the Invictus next, because take my stress down, get some supply back on my long shot and my target lock. Oh, that was brutal. However, that is the end of that. We move on. Oh, sorry, this is round 3, by the way. So this is going to move forward 2. And now we're on round 4. No damage to the Sparrow. I think that's the most important thing to note. Okay. Right. Increase shield by 1. So this time the Invictus gains 1 shield. Okay. 1. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Oh, nice. The one that needed it. Got it. So we're leaving this one. That could be a bad choice with the gaining the advantage. But there's nothing I can do about that. So that's fine. Right. So we need to recharge. So we can recharge and hit, actually, which sounds absolutely perfect. So I'm going to use these 3 movement dies to do a repair action. Receive 2 hull, take away 2 stress, and gain 2 supplies. So I'm going to gain 1 on my long shot, 2 on my long shot, and I think we're just EMP. It's not EMP, it's propel shot. So then we'll do an attack as normal. So just a basic 1 damage attack, which we'll do on number 4, which actually does nothing. Do we do an EMP? Sure. We'll do an EMP. Spend 1. We've got only 1 supply left. EMP. Propelled shot, sorry. Do I want to do that first? Hold on. No. This is where we're going to interrupt. So I'm going to keep hold of that. I might do that in a bit. So let's concentrate on the Argonaut. So I can quite easily get behind that. Ideally. It's the best way. So I could do that. Radar jam would be quite useful. 1, 2, 3. Ah, see, I've got no targeted ions left. Okay. This is hard choices. I could just go up behind him. Then I'd have to rotate. I have the advantage. This is tough. Yeah, I think we just go for a real basic move. So we'll go to here, and then we'll do a rotate action. There's another standard action, just to get right behind him. Shoot him in the back with a basic. I think. Oh, could have EMP blasted him again before I went. Oh, let's do that. Oh, that's even better. You know what? We will continue to do what we're doing. We'll do those moves. Actually, no, I'm going to take all that back. Sorry, I've just realised something. What I can do better. So I'm going to spend my final EMP blast to do a double hit, which is 1 damage, 2 targets, 3 away. So it's going to be this guy and this guy. Because of the stun effect, it's too strong for the stun effect, which is 1 damage. So we've got advantage over this guy and just normal for this guy. So let's start with this guy. So no damage, but stunned. So the elite is not attacking. And then 2 cards on the next one, which is a +1. So that's 2 damage onto the shields, which takes the shields down of number 4. Which is cool, and also stuns number 4. So now I'm not going to waste my propel shot. Although I could do. In fact, I am going to do that. Now I can figure out how I want to play this. Because the only threat is number 3. So to be completely honest, I think my best play actually here could rotate and shoot. Let's do it. I'm going to rotate. And I'm going to shoot. So it's 1. So 1 damage onto 3, which takes 3 shields down to 1. I'm pretty happy with that. I am also going to do a propelled shot from the Invictus onto number 4. So that's 2. -2. Well, at least they're out of the way. So that's nothing. Okay. Right, that's my turn over. Let's see what the enemies are doing. Remember, these 2 are stunned. They won't be attacking. So important. Right. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So the Sparrow is still the target. He can so rotate. Would be in target range. Can't do it. So then it just moves forward. 2 to here. And this is the end of round 4, right? Yeah. Number 3 is... Do we do anything to number 3? No. So number 3 is just going to hit me, as I knew we were going to do. So that's going to be +0. So let's see what happens. +1. So that's a 4 damage onto my Argonaut. So that's 1 from the shield and 3 takes me down to 2 hull. I also am now target radar jammed, which gives me disadvantage on my attacks. If you get advantage, it cancels each other out. So he did attack, so now he moves forward 2. God, that's a bit of a squabble in the middle. And then finally 4, can't attack. It's just going to rotate to face this one. Hold on. Where was he? 1, 2. He was here, right? Does that... No. That nearly attacked the Sparrow as well. So that was lucky. Okay, that's a lot of pluses coming out of the AI decks. A couple of minuses, a couple of pluses. I suppose it's a little bit even. Right, okay, awesome. Well, not awesome, but we survived. I think that's the most important part. We go forward 2. And we're now in round 5. Awesome. Right. Increase shield by 1 on both my ships. Nice. That's what I like to see. I think. Oh, right. Okay. This is cool because this gives me a edge situation. By the way, when you roll dice, you have a choice. At the start of each round, when you roll dice each round, you can spend 1 stress, so you can gain a stress to re-roll any number of dice. If you get 3 or more stress, you re-roll for free. But you have to re-roll all of them. There we go. Awesome. Right. Elite's going down because if you now notice, right in range of my long shot, which is perfect, I have 1 target lock left. Saved up, ready for that one. We're getting another synthetic fighter onto number 2 in a minute. But we're looking pretty good. These both have 6 hull. So yeah, we're going to do this straight away. So I'm going to use my last supply on target lock to target... Can't target lock. Keep forgetting. So that means we probably want to go 1, 2, 3, 4, rotate. Yeah. We want the advantage. We've got to ensure, because so many misses are in this deck, that we don't draw a miss card. So I have to get the advantage. So with that in mind, I'm going to do my flank move, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rotate all the way around. Then I'm going to use this dice to rotate, and then these 2 onto my... Probably don't need all of them. He's got 1 left. Okay, we're going to use 1 dice. Hold on. I'm going to do that. So remember where I am, 2 away from there. I was here, wasn't I? Before I do that, I'm just going to attack this with 1 dice. So, I do have advantage. So 3 cards, because I've got advantage. So it's 1 damage plus 1. So it's 2 damage. No miss being... Oh, God. 2 damage onto number 4. No longer stunned, by the way. Then I do all that shenanigans. Then I'm going to use 1 die, 1 supply onto my long shot. Because it's got the pierce, that's the important thing. I am advantaged. So 3 cards coming through. There's one of the misses. I get a +1. So all I needed was 1 damage. So we take down at last the elite. If you draw a miss card, by the way, you just discard it. If it's a stress miss card, you don't shuffle. It doesn't have the shuffle card. So we keep going through my modifier decks. Really happy with that. That was cool. That was fun. I'm going to use my last supply on my proximity onslaught as well to gain that 1 extra damage. And then I'm going to spend my last propelled shot to attack this one as well. For 4 damage. Takes it out. That was a lucky time to get the ×2. Now we do shuffle. So shuffle these back in. And that was the Invictus for you. Brutal. So perhaps it was 2 ships. Damn. You know what? At the end of this round, I'll spawn 2 ships into 1 and 2. But I got a feeling perhaps I should have. But it says total number spawn is what it says. So I think I've done it right. Right. Like, come on, Argonaut, come garden. So right up on his grill. So I probably want to go round, give them some grief. And then I do have radar jam. My God, have I gone through a lot of the deck? Look at gardens. So there's ×2 in there, and there's also a miss. I was going to heal, wasn't I? Cool. Right, I'm going to do a 1 shot. I'm going to use 3. So I'm going to start by using 3 of them to gain 2 hull, take me up to 4 hull. -2 stress, taking me down to 0. And 2 supply. I'm going to gain 2 on my EMP blast. I think. No, I'm going to go 1 on my EMP, 1 on my targeted ion. Oh man, I could do a hull explosion. No, I can't. I haven't got stress dice. I want to do that so badly. That's going to be so cool. Right, anyway, let's see what this 1 damage attack does. There's the miss. So we miss. So reshuffle all those. It was 2 cards, by the way. Choose the worst. Because of radar jam. We missed. That's fine. I just had it because I had the die handy. That's all good in the hood. And I think I'm okay with everything else. Sparrow's got plenty of health. Guardian and Sparrow's got a bit of health. Yeah, we should be right. Oh no. Oh, I missed. I didn't do 0 damage. I missed. So resolve doesn't kick in. Not that it would anyway. Right, I'm done. See what this remaining synthetic fighter will do. It's going to hit me. For 0. So that's going to be 3 damage. So 1 on my shield and 2 on my hull, taking me down to 2 hull. Then it's going to move. So 1, 2, 3, like so. That's that done. That moves forward 2. Whoops. So got 1 round left. And then we have finished. We're a bit away from the old Invictus, which Sparrow, sorry, which is not ideal. And at the end of round 5, we're going to spawn again. So as I said, I'm going to spawn 2. So this one's going to go like so, and this one's going to go like so. So they have one last ditch effort to destroy me. So that one's got 6 and 2. That one's got 6 and 2. Okay, cool. So this has got 1 and 6. Really? Didn't do a lot to that one, did I? Didn't do an EMP blast. Hold on. I don't know. The propelled shot. Pass. I think it was a miss, wasn't it? Anyway, whatever. Oh, of course. I took down the elite. That was it. I was trying to think what happened last time. So we're in round 6 now. Final round. Did I roll the dice? No. No, I didn't roll the dice. Lovely roll. Oh dear. Now I haven't got any stress. Explosion time. I just got to try the whole explosion. Mind you, got no health. I think we just EMP blast and get out and just heal, to be honest. Well, I can afford the stress. Let's just use the stress. Sod it. Last round, isn't it? Okay. So he is in prime range of my long shot. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Or I do a standard move forward and then go for number 2. I haven't got anything on proximity exploit. Choose my word. I've got a targeted eye on. So first thing I'm going to do, to be honest, is ignore number 3. So we're going to spend my final targeting ion onto this to slow number 3. That means number 3 cannot move and it's too far away to care. So we ignore that. So with that in mind, we're going to spend 1 die to do a standard move forward 3. We'll do these 2 dice. We're going to target... No, we're not. I'm not going to target lock. I don't think. I've got to check out this Proton Blast. It's absolute massive range. Ah, he's 1 out. These 2 are too far away from each other for me to be able to do my Proton Blast, which is really annoying because I really wanted to. However, those 2 aren't. Yeah, let's target lock it. This is the last round anyway, so might as well. So spend my last supply on target lock to target lock number 2, which gives us advantage on all attacks against it. We're going to do a long shot, my final long shot, which is 3 with advantage. So 3 with a 0. So that's 3 damage onto number 2. So it's 2 shields gone. Oh no, sorry, this has got pierce. So this is 1, 2, 3 damage straight through. Cool. Happy with that. Next, we've got some stress dice that we're going to be using, which is fine. Oh, that's true. I can do... I think this works. 1, 2. As a standard move. Stress die to rotate. Oh, that's so frustrating. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Doesn't work. Okay, hang on. I don't think I can. I thought I might be able to get both with the Proton Blast, but I can't. So 1, 2, 3, 4. No, nope, impossible. Possible to get multiple targets with Proton Blast. So can EMP blast him though. This is really hard. Very hard decision on how to actually do this properly. So I've used my slow. I do have an EMP. Yeah, okay. Do standard move. 2 dice into EMP. Because this is going to stun 2 of them. Okay. So we're going for these 2. Although this can't move, right? This one can't move. That can't move. I could be in range here, but that's fine. So that's going to cost me a stress die. Can't. What did I just say? Can't move. Can't move. It can't move. No. So I'm going to go for these 2. I'm not going to have advantage on this one. I would have advantage on both of these. This is why I was thinking of it. But 3s are pretty much max. So yeah, we're going to go for these 2. Right. So I've increased my stress by 1 because I've used a stress die. We're going to go for this one because we've got advantage over this one. So it's 1 miss or +1. So we'll do the +1. So that's going to be 2 damage onto number 2. Which takes shields down. But most importantly, as always with the EMP blast, and by the way, that's the EMP blast gone. That means that, this is now, number 2 is now stunned. then we shuffle up, because I drew the miss card. And then we'll see what we draw for number 4. As long as we don't draw that miss card again. A miss card would cause me to miss. Oh, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does. If I miss, I do not. And by the way, this is the back. This is where you get advantage. So I'm just a little bit out there. It's a +1. So it's 2 damage onto number 4. Take down that shield. And most importantly, stun number 4. So that's not attacking either. Argonaut putting in the work now. This is awesome. Final stress die. That I think I just move out of range of this. So I'm going to use this die just to fly forward again. So 1, 2, 3. You can do this twice. Hopefully to get out of range of this. And then I think I'll do the same for, you know what? This is the last round. So I'm going to do the same for this and move 1, 2, 3. Just straight up to there. And increase my stress by 1. Which still doesn't give me a trigger. Cool. So let's see if it can attack 4 spaces away. It cannot. So we're all good. That would just face that way. That would face that way. Not much else would happen. I mean, they might move. Do that. That would move too. And that would do that. But again, there's nothing it can do. Because they're both stunned. So that's all of those. And that goes off the board. And that's escorting the Sparrow. You succeed when the Sparrow moves off the board. Boom! Scenario 5 complete. And that is Stars of Akarios Space Combat. May have made a slight error in the difficulty with spawning. I have to have a look through the FAQ. The rulebook clearly states in bold that and this is what I'm talking about. The number of spawns is the total number spawned. Okay, but this also says spawn at the end of rounds 2 and 5, adjacent to 1 and 2, whichever's closest to the shadow. It's adjacent to those, not on them, but never mind. Closest to the Sparrow. So I don't know. Perhaps that should have been a little bit harder. Now my characters are slightly upgraded from the start of the game, and we're very early on. As I say, this is the 3rd space combat I've done, and now we're into the kind of the 3rd space battle, the 5th scenario. I've noticed how much better, how much fun these ships are to play. It's an absolute blast. They really feel powerful. They feel unique. My God, do they feel unique? It's so cool. And I'm going to be developing a PvP mode for the game, which the most reason why I want to do that is so that I can take the game to like a board game group. So I've got a board game group that I go to on sessions. We can just take that and just play it. Just play the space combat. Just play your classic. Do team battles with PvP, which should be really fun. And the ones I'm developing at the minute are kind of control objectives. But there's going to be loads of capture the flag, hidden messenger, loads of stuff. And in basic terms, you have like a deployment zone here, similar kind of map set up here, and then you'll have like an objective in the middle, somewhere like around about here or here. And then what you have to do is you have to have control it by the end of the round, which means have the most ships adjacent to it. Once you control it, that character gets it onto their board, and then they have to leg it back to their control zone, score 2 VP. The idea behind the PvP modes will be 4 victory points for a win. If you take down an opponent's ship, they take 1. You get 1 VP. There is no. I didn't have to do it in this game, in this particular scenario, but instead of taking damage, you can take from an attack. You can damage one of your weapons or one of your engines. you take 1 stress, it's damaged, so you can't use it again, but you ignore all attack damage. So, you know, with 3 each of my characters, and 3 of those each, I was a long way from losing the scenario. A long way from losing the scenario. So yeah, I have a feel in hindsight, perhaps I should have had 2 of them spawning each time. That would have made it a little bit more balanced. A bit too easy. Although it's so much fun. So much fun. Really, really enjoy it. Okay, that was all I wanted. I just wanted to show the game and kind of how it played. I don't know if I'm going to be flying through this story now to kind of finish the campaign, and then and then I will continue. I might do a bit of live stream painting so that people can jump on the chat, ask any questions about painting techniques, the game, or anything. But also I plan to do some videos, but certainly do some painting. There's more videos to go up onto YouTube. I've got I've done all of the what are they called? Ronins. I've done all the Ronin Scouts and a frigate. I've done the synthetics ones you can see here, as well as the bigger synthetic one. I don't know what that's called. So I've painted all of those that I needed for the scenario. The Sparrow, obviously, I've painted. Next is going to be the characters. I need to paint the characters, of course. They are still just primed, ready to go. This is the storage solution, by the way. So cool in this game. Okay, Violet Ray. So, need to paint those. So again, I'll do a video or a live stream where I paint those. Probably going to do that tomorrow. So that'll be awesome. Anyway, thanks for watching. Obviously didn't get any chat for this, but you know, I'll post up on Facebook and Discord when I'm going to do another live stream in advance, so people know that I'm jumping on it if they want to come and see. Anyway, you can watch this on YouTube, obviously, from now on. Hopefully you enjoy the game. If you've got it, hopefully you're enjoying it. I absolutely love the space combat. That's all I've played so far. Just put that out there. I've not done a world exploration. One soon to come, I believe. I've not done space exploration either. So, still loads to go through on this game. I cannot wait. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. And see you next time.